Hello everyone, in today's video we are going to talk about dictionaries. These are key value pairs and some of the characteristics. They are mutable and unordered. So I already created my file.py, so I'm going to give an example of a dictionary. To give an example, we have person equals to maybe name, this is John, and comma at the end, age, this is 22, comma, and maybe car, this is Benz. So the last one I'm not going to put a comma because that's the end. So I can decide to print my dictionary, which is person. So if we run this, I'm expected to get my dictionary. So to return for me, name Joan, age 22, car Benz. So first I'm going to print, so the keys are the name, age and car, and the values are Joan, 22 and Benz. So I can decide to print my keys, or I can decide to print my values, or I can decide to print items. And items, they're the name Joan, age 22, car Benz in pairs. So I can decide to first print my keys. So I can say print person dot keys. So if I run this, I'll get my dictionary keys, which are the name, age and car. What if I decide to print my values? So I can decide to print my values. I say this is values. So if you run this, you get the dictionary values, which is Joan, 22 and Benz. But what if I want to print my items? So here I say items. If I run this, I'll get dictionary items, name Joan, age 22, car Benz, and those will be in pairs. So that's how we print the keys, values and items in dictionaries. Next, I might want to add something that does not exist in my dictionary to my dictionary. So give an example, I want to add a car to my dictionary. So I'll say person, oh, we already have car. So I can decide to add city, which does not exist. I say city, then this will be equal to Kampala. Then I print my dictionary, which is person. So if I run this, I'll have a new dictionary created having the city I added as Kampala. So that's how we add new items in our dictionary. So imagine we have two dictionaries and we want to combine both of them. To do that, we use the update method. So imagine I have another dictionary called, maybe this is person 1 equals to, maybe this has name 1, which is maybe James, and maybe age 1, which is 22. This should have a comma. So I can decide to add my person to my person 1 or to add person 1 to my person. So in that we use the update method. So I'll say maybe I want to add person 1 to person. There I say person dot update person 1. Then I print my person. So if I run this, I'll find information of person 1 being added to my person. So this was the information of person. Then we added there the information of person 1. So if you want to do it vice versa, you still do vice versa. Let's see how we can do it. So if maybe I want to add person 1, then this will be person, then this will be person 1. So if I run this, I'll have information of person 1 being added to information of person. So that's it. Name 1, James, age 1, 22, and then we added their information of person. So that's how the update method works. Next, I'm going to talk about the get method. So the get method helps us get information from our dictionary. If the information may be something that you want to look for does not exist, it will return for us none. So let's see how it works. So for example, I want to say maybe print person dot get. Maybe we want to get the age. Sorry. We want to get age. So if we run this, it returns for us the age as 22. Take an example if we try to get something that does not exist. Maybe we can just say age 1, which does not exist. It will return for us none. But you can decide to add there any kind of information that you want it to display if at all it doesn't find that particular thing. So what we do is we add there the information that we want. I can say here, comma, does not exist. So if we run this, it will display for us does not exist. What we are trying to get does not exist. If you don't put it there, it will return for us none. Next, I'm going to talk about the set default method. The set default method helps us return an item that was not existing in our dictionary. But if it exists, it will return that particular item that exists in our dictionary. So how do we go about a set default? So take for instance, we say person dot set default, maybe country which does not exist in our dictionary. Country, comma, Kenya. So if I print my person, I'm expecting country to be there. So we have name Joan, age 22, car Benz, country Kenya. Let's take an example where we try to set default something that already exists. So person dot set default, maybe age that already exists, which was 22. So if we print person it will return for us that age. What about if we add the age that is not similar to what we have in our dictionary? It's supposed to return for us the exact age that we have in our dictionary. So that's how setDefault works. Next, I'm going to talk about looping through a dictionary. So how do we loop through a dictionary? Let's see how we go about this. So I can say for K in person, print K. So if we run this, it returns for us the keys, name, age, car, but in a vertical way and not in brackets, the curly braces. So next, I can say for K, V, in person dot items, then I say print maybe an F string K, then V. So I want to print the key value pairs in a horizontal way. So let's see how this will look like. So we shall have name Joan, age 22, car Benz, and these will not have brackets but in a vertical way named. So maybe if I want to print only the values, how do I go through this? I'll say for V in person dot values, then I say print V. So I should expect the same thing vertically listed, Joan, 22, and Benz. So we have seen how to loop through the dictionaries. Next, we are going to see how we can use the pop method. So let's say #pop method. So this is how we can use it. You can decide pop method deletes something in our dictionary. So I can say age equals to maybe person, because we are deleting it from person. So person dot pop, then I put in quotes, this will be age. So I can decide to print what I have removed to see what I have removed. So I can say print the age. So if we run this, it returns for us 22. So we can decide then to print our dictionary again to see if age is there. Print person. So if we run this, it will have name Joan, car Benz without the age. So the print age helped us to see what we deleted, and then print person, it returned us the dictionary without the removed information. Next, we are going to see how we use from keys in dictionaries. So this is used to create a new dictionary from a sequence of keys and an optional value. So you can decide to have, let's say we have a list of, let's call it keys equals to, maybe these are apples, comma, bananas, then we say our new dict is going to be, we say dict dot from keys, then we put in brackets keys, and then we print our new dict. Print new dict. So let's see what we are going to have. So we are going to have apples, none, bananas, none. So it has created a new dictionary from a sequence of keys and an optional value. This is the optional value, the none, and these were our keys: apples, none, bananas, none. So you might want to add a default value, maybe other information that you want, maybe something like unknown or something. So how do you go about that? So let's keep our keys. Let us not change our list that we had. Let me just copy this. Then after our keys, we are going to add there our default value. So I can say default value being maybe unknown. Then on our new dict, we say dicts dot from keys, then I say comma default, our default value. So if we run this, we expect to find apples unknown, bananas unknown. So we have seen how to use the from keys. Next, we are going to learn how to turn our lists into dictionaries. Let's take an example of, let's bring back this. Let's bring back our keys as our list. Then we create another list. Maybe let's label it values equals to, then we say maybe 22, 23. These should be the same number. These are 2 and these are 2. So we are going to use the zip method to create our list. So what we shall do is that we shall create a new variable. We call it my dict. Then we say this equals to the dict. Into brackets, we zip it. So that's the method, the zip method. We zip. And how do we want it? Do we want keys first, then values, or we want values, keys? Whatever way you want it. So I can say keys, comma, values. And I print my dict. So if we run this, we shall have apples 22 and bananas 23. So we have a dictionary created. Next, we are going to see how we use the enumerate method. So this is used just for index value mapping. So this creates something like a dictionary, but with indexes. So you can have a list. Let's say my list equals to, this is red, comma, maybe purple. So I can say my new variable will be my list, which equals to dict. Then we enumerate the list. So you can try to print my list. So if we run this, we shall have 0 red, 1 purple. So it has given our list, it has given it indices, sorry. So 0 is red, 1 is purple. So lastly, I'm going to talk about the clear method. This is the clear method. So the clear method just clears everything in a dictionary. So take an example. Our dictionary was person. So I'll just say person, oh, we discarded our dictionary. So let me just create another dictionary here. Person equals to. So this is how we use the clear method. So I'll say person dot clear, then I print my person. If I run this, I expect to get an empty. So I think I've talked about everything in dictionaries, but if I've missed out anything, please put it down in the comment section for more highlights. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you so much.